All right, we are back with our React Timer application. And before we get down to the nitty gritty of the code, I want to go ahead and cover what a component is and what JSX is. So a component in React, you're going to type it out in JavaScript, but it is just a JavaScript function that returns JSX. So for example, here I have wired up a small hello component, which is just a JavaScript function called hello, that when you execute it, it will return this odd syntax here. This is not valid JavaScript. That is because it is not JavaScript, it's JSX. JSX is a JavaScript extension, and it's basically meant to help developers avoid having to use React this way. Initially, React and React DOM were bundled together, but they have split them out, and I'll show you what React DOM is right now with a small sketch here. So a React component will wire it up in our code. It's going to be JS, and then Babel will turn it into the code we saw in the previous window, and then this goes into React DOM. React DOM is React DOM. React DOM is the part of the library that is responsible for the rendering of the HTML, the updates, and all of that stuff. This is enough to get a solid foundation so that when you come over here and you start writing this, you should be aware you're not writing in HTML. This is JavaScript. It's just this JavaScript extension. That's why you see this class name attribute instead of just class, as you would in ordinary HTML. Now, I'll mention it's also possible to write React components with classes, but the React team themselves don't recommend using classes for React components, because in the future there are features that will only be available for function components, and personally I always lean towards functional programming for front-end stuff. So I'm very happy with that decision. And having said that, I think we have covered a lot about what the foundations of React are, and now we are ready to go on to the next step, which is our first component.